We heard a short time ago from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi that the president doesn't have access to the nuclear codes anymore. How concerned are you that there has been a need to remove the nuclear codes from the sitting president of the United States? And who exactly is in charge right now?
I would say it's very, very important. I thought I would never see what we experienced yesterday. It is one of the darkest days in American history, where our capital, our temple of democracy, was entered, destroyed, vandalized. 4 people lost their lives. My grief to their families, especially the police officer who was trying to stop them from going into the chambers, disrupting our duty to go through the electoral votes and to certify the election of the President of the United States. It's unheard of, damaging. We are taking steps to make sure this doesn't happen again. And one way to make sure that this doesn't happen is to make sure the person who incited it, who called upon his followers to come to the Capitol, to come to Washington, and to enter the Capitol. I believe that Trump must be removed from office, and whether through the 25th Amendment or via impeachment. And if the vice president and cabinet fail to act, I believe it is Congress's duty to move forward with impeachment.
Right, but Representative Maloney, may I just ask you, who actually is in charge of the nuclear codes right now, were there to be a problem? There is still 12 days before the inauguration.
Well, we have called to stop access to it.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to press you a little bit on this point of taking action. Only, obviously, 2 weeks to go until the handover in any event. There has been a suggestion by some that the 25th Amendment or even impeachment will only inflame somebody who's already inflamed and perhaps, capable of imbalanced behavior. Why is it necessary in your view?
Why is what necessary? Excuse me, my office was talking to me. What? Why is it necessary for what?
Either invoking the 25th Amendment or impeach or invoke the 25th Amendment. Why is that action necessary, given that the January 20th date is soon upon us?
Well, Trump is clearly unfit and cannot be trusted to carry out his duties. That's clear. His duty is now to participate in the peaceful transfer of power. Foreign governments have constantly told me that they most respect about our country the peaceful transfer of power. And under his leadership, unbelievably, he has violated that and tried to stop the workings of government. He is a national security threat, and that's why he no longer has access to the nuclear codes. And why he must be removed from office. We cannot trust him to protect the American people. Right now, I represent New York, and 9/11 is always on my mind, where foreigners came in and killed innocent Americans just because they were going to work. What happened yesterday, the President of the United States led an attack on our democracy and our capital. It is almost beyond belief. It is shocking, and we cannot ever let that happen again.
Has the House Speaker communicated to you what she is anticipating in terms of a timetable over the coming days? Representative Maloney, do you know what is expected of you? For example, I know you've already signed articles of impeachment, but are you waiting to hear what the timetable is going to be?
Well, it's under discussion now. What there is universal agreement is that he cannot be trusted. He's a national security threat, and he must be removed from office. And we must continue with the peaceful transfer of power. I personally believe that invoking the 25th Amendment is the most expedient option. But if the cabinet refuses to act, and if the vice president refuses to act, then we have a duty to pursue impeachment. And I believe the Congress will pursue impeachment moving forward if he's not removed by the 25th Amendment or if he does not resign.
Representative Maloney, you mentioned New York a moment ago, and obviously you represent, the east side of New York City, Manhattan, Greenpoint, Western Queens, and so on. Mayor Bill de Blasio has called on Governor Cuomo to allow New York City vaccinate its seniors. Apparently there are extra doses that could be available to seniors. Why is New York City not being allowed to do that?
I have no idea. It is a national scandal if we are not moving every means to vaccinate people as quickly as possible. It was my understanding that we were going through various stages dictated by the Center for Disease Control. First, that our first responders, our nurses, our doctors, everyone involved with the treatment in our hospitals or in our homes of infected people with COVID. And we know that the number is going up. We are now at 8% of infections. It is much higher than the 3% roughly 2 weeks ago. And 2 new strains have come out, one in England, one in South Africa, a mutant that is highly more contagious. So we are in a very dangerous race now against the virus. We need to vaccinate as quickly as possible. Stage 1 was our first responders in the medical field and also our seniors in nursing homes, those older than 75 years of age. They should be vaccinated with everything we have. Personally, I am hopeful that the need to get the serum will get out there quickly. We've had 3 producers approved. There are 2 more that are on track to be approved, producing the vaccines that we need to get to our people. We seem to have a problem in the distribution of it and moving it out quickly to as many people as possible, as quickly as possible.
And particularly the seniors in your district.
And we are losing that virus race right now.
Right, and I'm sure particularly the seniors in your district.
All right.
Representative Maloney, I just want to mention that Reuters is reporting that House Democrats plan impeachment articles Monday. Have you heard this? Can you confirm?
I was on a conference with members. At that point, I left to talk to you. We were all sharing our opinions, and overwhelming the opinion was to move forward quickly with impeachment. I left that conference call before that decision was made. If you are correct, it is absolute breaking news right now.